There's an undeniable mystique surrounding the dark web for many people. It conjures images of secret marketplaces, elite hackers, and shadowy figures operating beyond the reach of the law. In reality, though, the dark web is not some alternate universe of the internet. It's still the internet, just accessed through additional layers of privacy-focused technology. To reach it, you need specialized software such as a Tor browser, which runs on a network known as Tor, the Onion router. The idea behind Tor is relatively straightforward but technically clever. Instead of your data traveling directly from your computer to a website, it is routed through multiple volunteer-operated servers around the world. Each server only knows where the traffic came from and where it needs to send it next, not the entire path. Your data is encrypted in layers like an onion, and each node peels away one layer before forwarding it. By the time the traffic reaches its final destination, your original IP address is obscured. This layered routing is designed to protect users from surveillance, tracking, and censorship. That privacy, however, is a double-edged sword. While Tor and similar technologies are valuable tools for journalists, activists, and individuals living under restrictive regimes, the anonymity they provide can also be exploited by cybercriminals. It's important to approach the topic from an educational standpoint. Understanding how these systems work is essential for cybersecurity awareness, but cybercrime itself is neither admirable nor harmless. The dark web's reputation largely stems from the illicit activities that take advantage of its anonymity. Activities ranging from stolen data sales to ransomware leak sites. Unlike the regular web, often referred as a clear net, dark web websites don't use simple, memorable domain names like google.com or facebook.com. Instead, they rely on long, complex onion URLs composed of seemingly random letters and numbers. These addresses are generated using cryptographic processes and correspond to hidden services hosted within the Tor network. Because these sites are intentionally concealed and often short-lived, indexing them is extremely difficult. Traditional search engines don't crawl them effectively, and even dedicated dark web search engines provide limited, incomplete results. Searching for certain keywords may return a handful of forum posts, ransomware group pages, or underground marketplaces, but it rarely paints a full picture of what exists. Many ransomware groups maintain leak sites on the dark web, where they publish stolen data from organizations that refuse to pay extortion demands. Their model is disturbingly simple. Infiltrate a company's network, encrypt its systems, demand cryptocurrency payment, and threaten to release sensitive files if the ransom isn't paid. These leak sites often list victim organizations and offer stolen datasets for download, causing reputational damage and regulatory consequences in addition to the initial breach. The public display of victims serves both as pressure and advertisement, an attempt to prove the group's legitimacy to future targets. Beyond ransomware operations, the dark web hosts forums, marketplaces, and encrypted chat groups where individuals claim to sell hacking services, stolen credentials, counterfeit documents, or other illegal goods. However, a significant portion of these offerings are scams. Hackers for hire pages frequently promise impossible services, destroying someone's life, manipulating grades, taking over social media accounts, yet provide no verifiable proof of legitimacy. In fact, some of these sites are believed to be honeypots, traps set up either by scammers to exploit naive buyers or, in some cases, by law enforcement to identify individuals seeking illegal services. There is very little trust in these environments, and deception is common. Because manually navigating this fragmented ecosystem can take hours or even weeks, cybersecurity professionals rely on threat intelligence tools that aggregate and monitor dark web sources automatically. These platforms collect data from ransomware leak sites, underground forums, and messaging channels to alert organizations when their information appears in a breach. Instead of randomly browsing onion directories and hoping to stumble upon relevant findings, security teams can track exposed credentials, leak corporate documents, and supply chain risks in a structured way. For businesses, this proactive monitoring can mean the difference between early containment and catastrophic fallout. For individuals, it can reveal whether personal data, passwords, email addresses, or other sensitive details has been exposed in a breach. Exploring the dark web directly can also reveal how much of it is exaggerated. You may encounter strange AI chatbots, outdated forums, dead links, and countless scam pages that no longer function. Many onion services disappear as quickly as they appear. The environment is unstable, unreliable, and often filled with misinformation. While there are certainly real criminal enterprises operating there, there's also an abundance of noise, empty promises, recycled content, and outright fraud. Ultimately, the dark web is less a mythical underworld and more a privacy-oriented layer of the internet with both legitimate and illegitimate uses. Its technology is rooted in protecting anonymity, but the behavior of its users determines its reputation. For cybersecurity awareness, what matters most is not sensational curiosity, but informed vigilance. Knowing how ransomware groups operate, understanding how stolen data circulates, and monitoring for exposed information are practical steps that reduce risk. The dark web may seem mysterious, but once you understand its structure and purpose, it becomes clear that it is simply another part of the broader digital landscape, one that demands caution, critical thinking, and responsible exploration.